Hello, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to go over some of the common objections us recruiters face on the daily and what you could think about in terms of how to respond, best practices, strategies, tactics, all that good stuff. Let's get started. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Preston. Started my career almost a decade ago. I joined an award-winning US-based tech recruiting company, started from the bottom, was able to do $500,000 on my own desk, $100,000 per month in my first year with no handouts, then starting my solo career and then my own agency shortly afterwards, where I basically did the same thing. Since that day onward, was able to do multiple seven figures worth of placements, which I'm very grateful for. Now, just FYI, everything that I share is based on my experience and what worked. If you have other alternative explanations or perspectives, that's cool. If you don't agree, that's cool too. Just sharing with you some value and hopes that it can help you. So in today's video, we're going to discuss the top 5 common objections recruiters face and steps on how to overcome them. Because recruiting is a sales role, objections are just inevitable, right? Challenges happen, they appear. Maybe it's budget constraints, in-house recruitment shift in preferences, changes in hiring needs. It's really important to understand that when these happen, and we just got to understand and reframe the objections. You got to see them as opportunities to identify pain points and offer solutions of value instead of being defensive or going on the offensive and offending them. It's really important opportunity to also just like develop your skill, right? Overcoming objections is a learnable and crucial skill for all salespeople, recruiters, founders, managers, and the like. It just helps you become more effective in communicating, developing more confidence at the same time. So when it comes to objection handling, why does it matter in recruitment? First of all, it helps build trust. So effective objection handling builds trust and confidence in your recruitment agency services. Like if you understand and you believe in the value that you offer, if you get a pushback or a counter, it's important to counter back because you believe in the product, you're confident. And ultimately, it will build credibility and trust on the hiring manager or decision maker's eyes, saying, oh, they know exactly like the value that they bring to the table and their track record, etc. It also helps you just move deals forward. It alleviates concerns and helps in progressing the recruitment process. Objections doesn't mean they don't want to work with you. It's just, hey, these are some of my red flags or concerns. What are your thoughts? If you're able to effectively address them, you have a high chance of engagement now or maybe in the future. It also helps you identify opportunities, right? Objections provide insights into the client needs, like what's the most important thing on their mind right now or what's really stopping them from making a decision, and allows you to kind of make sure you're in alignment with your service, the value that you bring, and how it connects the dots for them. Did you just start your own recruitment agency and are struggling getting your own clients? Are you thinking about starting your own agency but afraid to make the jump? Do you have your own clients but you're struggling to find the perfect candidates fast? Do you have a full-time job and want to do recruitment part-time to make more money on the side and have no idea how to? If you answered yes to any of these questions, please consider joining our private community. It is a trust-based community where recruiters around the world can support, collaborate, and work together on placements all around the year consistently. In this community, you will directly have access to the real open jobs of my team and of our members, and you will also have the chance to access trainings, events, giveaways, and much more. If you are part of this community, I communicate and work with you as if you were on my own team, and I'll do whatever I can to do a placement together with your client or candidate. So if you're struggling to get your own clients or candidates and you want a way you can make sure you can be busy all year round by having access to many more open roles, then this is something you need to look into. This is open to people around the world and is open for recruiters in every industry and experience levels, as we will always have a good number of variety of open jobs across sectors, markets, and industries. I'm really happy to say that within the first 30 days, we have already have a new member with minimal recruiting experience do his first placement that had a total fee of almost $30,000 US, and we are working hard to do many more this year. If you are interested and excited, there are only a limited number of spots open, so make sure you sign up quick at patreon.com/recruiterpreston. If you have any questions, please reach out to me on LinkedIn, Instagram, or Discord. We can set up a time to chat. See you on the other side. Common objection number 1, you're not on our PSL, Preferred Supplier List. Oh boy, I love this. So if you guys are unfamiliar, a PSL is basically a curated list of third-party external agencies that an organization approves to basically provide their services. In recruitment, a PSL is a list of recruitment agencies essentially that companies prefer to work with when filling job vacancies. They've been vetted, they've been approved, they have a track record, they have relationships, and it just basically ensures the recruitment efforts are streamlined, consistent, and compliant with standards, allowing organizations to efficiently manage its hiring processes by working with trusted and reliable partners. If you're like, oh man, do all companies have a PSL? What if there's no more lists out there that can be modified? The answer is not all companies use PSL. A lot of them are found with the larger, more enterprise companies. And just because you're not on it doesn't mean that you can't be on it forever. Like, they regularly change it, update it, so there's opportunities for everybody. Now, what's the biggest challenge? Well, being excluded can limit opportunities. What are some ways that you can think about to overcoming this? Number one, you want to acknowledge the objection without criticizing PSAs. You want to ask questions to uncover unmet needs. Are there any other opportunities you could help with them that goes around, backdoor, different angles, different services? You can also offer to provide a backup service for roles PSLs can't fill. So is it a blanket PSL or is it not a blanket PSL? Blanket PSL typically are those that it's a PSL that these agencies have access to work on all roles. Even if it's an enterprise or a big company, it's impossible that the agencies that they work with have access to all of the roles, right? Agencies are typically used for hard to fill, technical, the ones driving people crazy. Those are the ones I would prioritize. But there could also be an opportunity. Maybe there are other roles that the PSL agencies don't have access to. So always ask. The big thing here is that you want to be able to not be defensive, provide value, try to establish a follow-up or check-in down the line, but most importantly, have a long-term horizon. It's amazing to get on the PSL list because you'll just have access to tons of roles, but it's very difficult to get on. So it's very important to follow up, check in, give value to decision makers, try to find ways to meet them in person, give value, give insights, give trends, so that you're basically, leaving breadcrumbs of value and support down the line, so that if a PSL partner doesn't end up, cutting it, they end up extending it or opening a couple spots, you're top of mind. The second thing is we're not recruiting at the moment. It's definitely timely with what's going on right now. The obvious challenge is that clients may not have immediate hiring needs. So what do? Number one, use humor to break the ice. Just because it means no, it doesn't mean not right now. It means there could be an opportunity in the future. Do something that's memorable, right? A GIF, meme, provide value, but maybe in a humorous way. Shift focus to their future growth plans. Don't focus on now, which is not going to work. Focus on, okay, cool. Well, what are you guys thinking in terms of your opportunities for maybe needing assistance into the future? How many positions are you hiring for? Which teams will be hiring? How many positions will you be filling, right? Ask a lot of questions. You want to offer value through market updates, salary surveys, checking in, following up. Again, the focus here is long term. You want to really build that relationship. You want to focus on the news, on what the company is doing, congratulating them at important milestones, trying to find timely ways to just sync up and just repunt or become top of mind again. It's very, very, very important to just follow up with them long term, but to talk about other ways that you can help them, maybe in the future, or shift to humor, or is there something about the person's background that you thought was interesting? Perhaps, they can introduce you to other people, right? Just because it's no doesn't mean that door is closed. Try to see what other doors it can open to before you close it. And of course, make sure that you always have an agreed or consent on how often or when to check in on them in the future, so that if they do need help, you're the guy to call. Your service is too expensive. The challenge, obviously, the clients perceive your service to be too expensive. Well, what are some things that you can do here? Number one, you can educate on the long-term value of quality hires, right? We are expensive, but if you hire the right person through us, your company is going to actually be X amount efficient. It's going to bring in X amount more revenue. Easily covers our cost and then some. You can explain the cost of turnover and prolonged vacancies if they don't hire the right person. They can always go with a cheaper agency, but if those agencies don't know what they're doing, they could be burning bridges, hurting the market, hurting your perceived value because they don't know how to pitch you well. And ultimately, costs and expenses and unanticipated situations could happen, and that could be an issue. You can also highlight the ROI of investing in a professional recruitment service. There's a reason why that we're expensive, right? Like, we do a lot more than just go on LinkedIn. We are a partner. We provide insights. We provide negotiations. We're hands-on. We provide a concierge white glove service. We are 24/7 accessible to the beck and needs of the candidates, and also more important to your clients. We can always go down on cost, but then we also know the value that we deliver. We know we can deliver X amount of cans in X amount of days, and all of them, by the way, are going to be unicorns, if not close to unicorns. These are also the companies that we've worked with, and just list the best in class, the best ones with the best brands. Typically, if you're able to make a good case, you have a shot to get in at your preferred fee. If not, you can be open, possibly, maybe to be flexible a little bit, maybe for the first placement and then revert back to your regular ones, right? But don't just be so quick to just dilute your fee percentage. Be confident in what you deliver and how you deliver it and what you've done in the past, and to put the prospective client at ease. The Next is we already have an internal team. So the challenge here prefers their internal team to hire candidates. They're already paying payroll on having an individual or a team to do the job that you propose doing. How do you overcome this strategy? Well, number one, you want to emphasize your access to a broader candidate pool. One of the reasons why companies like to engage in external parties is that they have pre-existing databases and relationships that supersede or goes beyond what the internal TA team has. By working with you, they have access to that database immediately. Maybe the second way to overcome is highlight how you complement their team, especially for hard to fill roles. Like, we're not here to compete, we're honestly here to help. And also, if you follow an old school direct placement contingent model, you're not paying us anything. If anything, you're just maximizing the resources that you can use to get your positions filled. You want to position yourself as a resource or time-saving solution. Like, even though you have a recruitment team, what if they're not optimized? What if they're not effective? What if they're not good? You're spending all this money now on a salary when you don't have to do any of that, work with a third-party contingency agency and get unicorns from day one. I mean, it's a no-brainer. So like, be empathetic that they do have people that they're paying for payroll for, but at the same time, if they're still talking to you, there must be a reason why they're open to even having a 5-minute conversation with you. Is the internal team not cutting it? Where are they dropping the ball? How many positions got filled versus how many positions are opened? How fast does it take the internal team to actually fill and do interviews? If it's not ideal, that is a pain point, that's an angle that you can really focus on when it comes to selling your services. We don't know you. The challenge here is the lack of familiarity with your agency. A couple ways to overcome this. Number one, offer to meet in person and via video call, right? Don't just do a phone call. Have them see your face. Have them meet face to face. That establishes more bond, just literally in the first 30 seconds. Provide references, show case studies, testimonials from other satisfied clients in the similar space. If anything, that provides more comfort and confidence that you know what you're doing. Build rapport by showing genuine interest in their business. Companies are being hit up by tons and tons of service agencies all day. Show genuine interest in their background. Go extra level deep on their product or company. Provide unique insights or compliments or perspectives, right? That separates you from other people. They may not know you, but they will know you, and you're already impressing them for the first 5-10 seconds. What can you do right now to counter this? Just because they don't know you doesn't mean they don't want to work with you. They're just asking you to show you, what do you have to offer to the table that all the others don't? This is the time where you can shine. Show them exactly who you are and what you can bring and what your competitive advantages are. There's a strong power of curiosity in overcoming objections. So number one, you want to practice listening with intent. Use curiosity to explore the root of the objections and really find the pain points. Recruiters shouldn't jump to conclusions or respond defensively. They should actively listen to the other party, showing empathy, asking open-ended questions to uncover the underlying motivations or concerns. It builds trust and allows recruiters to tailor their responses better. Don't be aggressive, be understanding. Don't talk too hard and too raw, and try to be understanding and try to show genuine interest. And open as many doors as you can and try to schedule commitment into the future. Also, really don't underestimate the power of asking probing or open-ended questions. It allows you to dig deeper to understand the real concerns, and the quicker that you're able to do that and connect with the pain point, the quicker you can have a constructive and productive conversation on how you can deliver and resolve that pain point, which can lead to an engagement. You want to show empathy, right? You want to really show them that you care. You're just not looking at them as another client that many other agencies are doing. Demonstrate that you're invested. You went deep on the research of their background, the company, the product, etc. Show them that you're different, that you'll go the extra 10 yards if they were to work with you. It's also really important to address that just acknowledging objections will just automatically build rapport. Validation of concerns, right? Acknowledge and validate the client's concerns to make them feel heard. Just understanding and showing that you're listening makes them feel at ease. It validates everything, helps you build connections, creates a sense of unity by using inclusive language, showing genuine interest and respect, and also allows you to create opportunities to tailor your solutions like a surgical tool specifically for their pain point. It allows you to customize your response to align with the client's needs, ultimately building trust at the end of the day, which is what everything's all about. Again, theme here is long-term relationship building. Focus on relationships, giving them value instead of taking and try to go for that immediate deal or shortcut. You want to give them not value now, but continuous value consistently over time. You want to turn that no into a yes, and that's not just by following up with them saying, hey, do you want to work with me? Hey, do you want to work with me? Hey, do you want to work with me? You provide value, insights, information, education, whatever you can, humor, memes, relevant company or personal milestones or goals to show them that you're plugged in and you care and you're following them with intent. Final thoughts, handling objections, guys, is about understanding, empathizing, and offering solutions. Overcoming objections not only builds your client base, but also strengthens your relationships, setting the stage for for long-term success. Again, it's all about doing things the correct way. Even if they don't pan out to become a client of yours, they might be so impressed with the effort that you put in. They might know other founders, other decision makers that might be hiring that could end up engaging or reaching out to you. So do things professionally, go above and beyond, show empathy, focus on deep relationships. It's going to become something awesome for you. If you like this video, want to see more like it, feel free to give us a like, subscribe, click that bell. Honestly, thank you so much again. We'll see you on the next one.